Hey guys, today's video is going to be showing you guys how I do my stainless steel or how to make something look like silver or metal. So as you see, I've done my pots here. So what I'm going to be doing on this video is doing my stove in a stainless steel. Now I think I want my stove to be a little bit darker than the pots because I really wanted to have that dark stainless steel look. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the colors that I will be using will be the Prismacolor White 938, the 70% Warm Gray 1056, the 30% Warm Gray 1052, and the 30% Cool Gray 1061. Now these colors may change up a little bit depending on how things are looking, but I'm going to sharpen them up a little bit. Okay, that's good enough for that one. Let's see, do these need sharpening? No, they don't need too much sharpening. All right, so let's start with our darkest color. And we're going to start right here on this corner, and we're going to, you know what, let's go vertically, very light hand vertically because I don't want to get outside the line. All right, now let's go horizontally. Pretty light hand. And I kind of want the whole thing to be kind of outlined with a dark. So I'm going to go ahead and outline it pretty much all the way here. Outline it up here at the top. Go down vertically on the side here. And one tip is to keep your pencil, don't keep turning your barrel to keep it sharp because it's going to make a harsh line unless you want that harsh line. Like I just turned my barrel to the sharpest part and it's making like it darker. So I try to keep my pencil I try not to turn my pencil until I'm ready for it to give a dark. So I'm turning my pencil back to the dull part and I'm giving it light pressure going out this way. Okay. All right, so let's go to our next darkest color, which is our 30% warm gray. And let's give a light coat. All the way around. And I'm kind of going to go up a little bit right in here. Okay. Now let's take our lighter one, which is our 30% cool gray. You know what? I think I want something a little bit lighter. I think I want a 20% cool gray. Where is that one? 10%. There's my 20% cool gray. Let's see how that one looks. Yeah, that's what I want. That's the one I want. I'm putting that in all of my white sections. Very, very light. Very lightly. Okay. So now let's get that. I think I can put that 30% cool gray back because I don't think I'm going to use that. All right, so let's get that darkest gray back out, that 70% warm gray. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm turning my barrel so that I can have my sharpest tip around these edges. Because I'm really ready for some saturated color. So you can have that sharp tip around these edges. But you definitely don't want that sharp tip to be touching like where you're trying to gradient your stuff, or else you'll have streaks, like pencil stroke streaks. Now we're outlining it. Now we're ready to lightly come out with that warm gray. That 70% warm gray. All right, now let's go with our next darkest color, which is our 30% warm gray. And I'm going to go over, I usually don't turn my book, guys, but I don't think you can really see because I have a shadow, looks like, on my page. So I want you to be able to see it. So I'm going to go all the way back to where that warm gray is, that 70% warm gray. And I'm going to come up with it and just blend, try to blend both of those together. And I am using a pretty much circular motions for this section here. So I'm like blending those two colors together. That 70% warm gray along with, oh, listen at that motorcycle boy out there. Oh my goodness, he is just ridiculous. I want to go out there and, I don't want to say snatch him off that bike, but my goodness, really? I think he just enjoys hearing himself rev the motor up. Oh my gosh. Like, don't you know I'm here trying to make a video, okay? Now I'm going to take that 20% cool gray and I'm going to go over the entire thing. So let me turn it back around. So that all of the colors can blend together. Okay. It's coming out exactly the way I wanted it to. All right, now before I wipe my dust off, I think I want to take my white pencil and go over it to blend it even further. The reason I didn't wipe the dust off is because those little pieces of dust, I really want to utilize them to get in the cracks of the tooth, the crevices of the tooth of the paper. If they want to get in there and they're dark gray, get on in there. If they want to get in there and they're light gray, get on in there. All right, now I can dust my page off. Okay, I'm happy with that stove, guys. What do you think? Let's pull you up a little closer. All right, so let's do the bottom part. And we'll do it the same way. We'll start out outlining very lightly with our 70% warm gray. And then this little part here is part of the stove, the drawer part. So I'm just going to outline that part like that. See how I just outlined it? I didn't color that whole thing because I want that to be kind of gradient also. And so that you can be able to tell the top from the bottom, I want this top part to be more light. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I want to put the dark up there. So let's bring it out. Bring that 70% warm gray out a little bit. And let's get our next color, our 30% warm gray. I think I'll do that warm gray up there. And let's get our lightest color, which is the 20% cool gray. And let's go back with our warm gray. Outline it with medium pressure so I won't go out of the lines too bad. And by the way, this book is Come Home to Color by Debbie McComber. Let's get our 30% back again, and let's go all the way back pretty light and get into that dark warm gray so that they can pretty much blend together. And let's get our 20% cool gray. Take that all the way down. Now instead of using my white to blend, I think I'm going to use my blender pencil. Very lightly. I'm just now learning how to use this blender pencil, guys. I was pressing too hard, come to find out. You're supposed to do it lightly and only to cover like white spaces to make the colors like fan out, or else it will peel your colors up, come to find out. It's kind of used to move colors. And you have to have enough pigment on your paper to move, for colors to move. Okay, so I still think I need to do a little white pencil. over it because it's looking a little darker. And I'm not pressing hard, guys. I'm using light pressure. Well, not light pressure, but medium pressure. Okay, that's it. Now let's do this side portion here. I just used the 30% warm gray. Now I'm doing the 20% cool gray. Now I'm taking my white pencil to blend it. Okay, so now I want to do the side of this stove. Let me zoom you out just a tiny bit. Let's do the side of this stove. I want the side of the stove to be a little bit darker. So I want to make sure I have some shadow down here. So I think I'm just going to use maybe the 70% cool gray. No, this is warm gray. So 70% warm gray. I want to make sure I get my shadows under there. Now let's get my 30%. Why do I keep having to look at the pencil like I cannot remember? I want to make sure I have the right color though. Okay. Now I think I'll blend them all out with the 20% cool gray. Well, I think I'll blend them out with my blender pencil now. I think I still want a little bit more shadow, so I'm going to get this warm gray and just kind of go over the areas right under the cabinet that I want a little shadow, right beside the cabinet, very lightly. I want some shading action going on right there, and then right under here. Get my blender pencil and try to blend that out a little bit. All right. I think that is done and done. So I want the handles here to be like a black. Yes, I want the handles to be black and this area here to be black. And a dark gray. So I want this area to be black. So I'm just going to do a complete color, no shading. Or blending. Just a complete color. And the top part, I want it to be, let's see what 90% warm gray looks like on my color chart. Just want to make sure it's the perfect color. 90% warm gray. No, that's too dark. I think I'll do the 70% cool gray. No, wait a minute. 70% cool gray? Is that the one I want? Yeah. Where is my cool gray? There it is. 70%. No, that's 30% cool gray. Wait a minute. 90% cool gray. Where is my 70? Oh, there it is. We want this to be. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so let's do this one down here. And take that black. And I need to take my pen and kind of crisp that up a little bit better. The lines, I don't like the way it's looking. Take my black fine point, Staedtler fine tip, tri plus, whatever you call this thing, fine liner. And crisp my lines up a little bit better. There we go. Okay, and around the stove, should I make that black or gray? I think I should make that black. No, I should make it dark gray. Maybe a 90%. Maybe 90% cool gray. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm doing medium pressure just until I get the color down where I want it. Now I'll go back over it with medium pressure. Or I probably just could have went over it with my blender pencil. And that would have saturated the colors enough. Which is what I think I will do now after I sharpen it. Take out all of those white areas. Yes, that is working exactly the way I like it. There's the motorcycle man again. All right, there we go. And I think I need to take my fine liner and make these lines a little sharper. Well, you know what? I think I want to take my black and make this line a little sharper. And my black needs to be sharpened to make a sharp line. Okay. I'm barely touching the paper. Okay. All right, guys. So there's your stainless steel stove. And if you guys would have liked me to finish the entire stove with you guys, let me know. Or it's just these tutorials just showing you exactly how I do something, if that's enough. Or do you want me to go through the whole entire stove to show you many, many, many times? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of the stove and everything off camera. And I'll probably come back with you guys and just show you my finished product. Okay, thank you for watching. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.